What is up, guys? Welcome back to my channel, Reckless 5.0. If you are new to the channel, go ahead and check out some of those videos that I've already posted, as well as go hit that like and that subscribe button. If you are a regular here on the channel, welcome back. So I know it's been about 2 weeks since I have posted anything or been on my channel lately. I've had a lot of personal things that I had to deal with, which did take me away from making videos as well as from the channel. But it's a little hot out here, so sorry about that. So, like I said, we are going to be doing a little bit of a different thing in this video today, and we are going to be kind of talking about some topics that I do want to go ahead and cover. So I've seen some of these videos on YouTube, hoping that my channel grows a little bit as well. I'm going to go ahead and talk about the top 5 things to know when you are building a race car, when you're building your daily, a project car, a drift car, whatever your case is, whatever you're building in your garage or out there, you know. And let's start off with the first topic. So the first topic that I have here today is you want to have a plan. So when I'm talking about having a plan, not an idea of building a race car, but kind of sit there and have a plan. For example, you're going to have a plan when you are considering, you know, building a car, in my case, building a drag car. I think it's important to have a plan. You want to know what type of car you want, you know, what type of motor you're considering, what power mods, you know, what power you are trying to get to. Just have a general idea of your build, so that way you don't lose train of thought and start over purchasing, you know, missing parts that you need, just kind of making a simple build really difficult. Simplicity is better, so that's why you do want to kind of have a plan. Go ahead and talking about topic number 2, you know, that you should go ahead and know when you are building a car, is it's not going to be cheap. So you do want to have a budget. So I do not recommend somebody who doesn't, you know, have a lot of funds around. If the money's not there, I wouldn't recommend going down this route. You know, just maybe saving up and then buying you a car that already has what you're looking for. The world nowadays works on internet. Pretty much everything you see has technology involved. So why not utilize some of that technology and go ahead and utilize some of those opportunities? You can use Facebook Marketplace. You have OfferUp, Craigslist. You want to be able to utilize those places, as well as if you know people, get into groups. For example, on Facebook, I'm in a whole bunch of Mustang groups. They're always selling parts on there. People are always asking for help. So utilize your option. For example, this car is a budget build. Could I go all out and blow a whole bunch of money on it? Yes. Am I going to? No. That being said, the reason I'm going to do a budget build is because this is my first drag car. I don't want to go ahead and blow all this money on a car to end up smacking it into a wall, crashing it, blowing up the motor, whatever the case may be. So you have to be under that impression that it's not going to be cheap. So whenever you're going to cars, there are certain things that you can find for cheap, and then there's things that you have to realize you're going to have to pay full price for. But we're talking about car parts, we're talking about going fast, you know, you're talking about building, customization, whatever the case may be, those parts cost money to make, so they're going to cost money. I wouldn't recommend, like I said, if you are low on funds or if the money is just not there, then to go down this route. So that is something you need to consider, that cars are very expensive. Parts are always going to be breaking, so the funds will never stop being put towards that build. Just keep that in consideration. Third topic that I want to go ahead and cover today is it's going to take time. That's one of the things I've struggled very much over the years to learn with all my builds, is that cars take time. I'm the type of person that I like to see something done immediately. I want to go ahead and just, you know, buy all the parts, go ahead and put them all on together and just finish the actual build. That's not the case. As you may know with this car, as you guys, if you do follow me on my channel, you see I've had it maybe about a month and a half. In the entire month and a half that I've had this car, I haven't really done too much other than strip the interior. So cars do take time, and you have to be patient. That way you, like I said, you don't lose your train of thought, you don't over budget, get stressed out, because these are very stressful builds if you start to overthink them and just make them, you know, a lot harder than they need to be. So keep that in mind, that builds do take time. My fourth point, so what I think was another important topic to cover when you are considering building a race car or any car in that matter, is to have basic minimum car knowledge. It is important to have just a little bit of minimum car knowledge. That way when you're going into this, these are complex things. And now, like I said, it brings me back to the first thing, is to have a plan. Utilize the internet. There are online forums. There's a lot of technical support. For example, QA1, where I got my K member from, they have a technical support line. American Muscle, UPR, LMR, eBay, all these places that you can go ahead and order your car parts from typically have a technical support line. So I don't, recommend that you need to be very advanced in cars just to go ahead and start a build. But I do recommend that you have some basic idea of how to start your build and have a little bit of car knowledge to back it up. Last and final point of the top 5 things to know when building a race car is to be unique. There's nothing wrong if you copy someone's build or you do something similar. I've never been that person. As you can see, my car is a purple, black, gold, what is in there, pinkish wrapped Mustang with a big wing. It has gold wheels, spike lug nuts, it's lowered, has a whole bunch of diffusers, it's loud, it's annoying. That's because I do not like being like anyone else. I like to be different, I like to be unique. You're building it, it's your own build, so be unique. Don't worry about what anybody else thinks, doesn't matter if they like it. As long as you like it, at the end of the day, you're getting behind the wheels, it's gonna be your car. Prime example is my Fox body here. I have a 88 Ford Fox body Mustang, and I am putting an LS Chevy motor into my race car. A lot of people are going to dislike that. A lot of people are going to love that. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter what any of those people think because I'm the one that's driving the car. I'm putting my hard-earned money as well as my time and effort to build the car just the way that I want. So it is important to know that you should be unique. All right, guys, and that's going to end off the video on the top 5 things you need to know when you are building a race car. So just to re-elaborate one more time, the top 5 things that you want to know when you are building a race car is 1, you want to have a plan. That way you know what your build is, where you're going with it, and just have a designated plan in your head on your build. 2, you want to have a budget. So that way you know where you want to spend, how much you want to spend, and you don't overprice or overspend your money. 3, you got to know and be patient. You have to know the car is going to take time. 4 is you want to have some basic car knowledge. You don't want to go into this not having any clue on how cars work, how to do anything on cars, because then you'll run into a lot of issues and start messing up some things that could really mess up your build. And last but not least, you do want to be unique. Like I said, you are going to spend all this money, this time, and this effort, so make it to be unique. Make it to what you like, and don't worry about what anybody else says. And really quick before I do end off, I know that I didn't show you guys the K member. That is because I'm going to be dropping a video later on this week, and I'm going to be installing that K member, and we're going to talk about all the other things that we are going to be doing to the Fox body when we do install that K member, as well as I did come up with a name for my race car, and we'll talk about the name in the next video. So till then, see you guys. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button if you are new to the channel.